Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Armored Gaming. I have another Progressive Island tutorial video for you guys, and this is going to be the most up-to-date video. I know I've made Progressive Island videos in the past, but this is the one you want to watch if you want to make sure you know what you're doing in Progressive Island. In the past, there's been some questions about spawn time, when to log in, how to read charts, so I hope I can answer all these questions in this recent video. So as you can see, as the time I'm making this video, Atlantis Island has 11 days, 11 hours, and 38 minutes remaining. So I'm going to head and scroll down to look at the monsters. So there's 8 different missions you can do, starting at Sludger and going all the way to Lowtown. Now I feel that Sludger has been in so many events, but Social Point keeps putting him in there, so I guess there's nothing we can do about it. Now it should, just so you know, it should be possible to go up to the 6th mission, MEGAOSTEUM, without spending any gems, or by spending relatively few gems. So he's a monster you want to go for if you don't want to spend any gems. To get the last 2 monsters, you're going to have to spend quite a few gems, and I'll show you guys how to calculate exactly how much you have to spend and how far away you are from getting them. So just keep watching the video, and I'm just going to scroll down some more here. So really important about Progressive Islands, the way they work, it's nothing like the superhero maze, it's nothing like flipping cards. You can't skip a mission, which means you literally have to progress. So in order to go from say number 1 to number 2, you actually have to complete the first mission, and that's why it's called a Progressive Island. And I really want to emphasize the example they have here. So the item, in this case it's meteorites, that's the item you're trying to collect. The number sign indicates how many of that item you need. So in this example you would need 81 meteorites. The percentage symbol just shows you what is the chance you're going to get that specific item when you complete the specific task. So in this case you get meteorites when you collect gold. So that means every time you click on gold, you have a 25% chance to get a meteorite. The pool number shows the maximum number of items that can fit in a pool. So when the pool is full, you can't fit any more items into it. So that's really, really important. And the spawn time shows you how much time needs to pass in order for you to get one more item into the pool. So for example, let's say you just finished collecting all your items, your pool would be 0. After 1 hour, 8 minutes, 34 seconds, you would have 1 meteorite in your pool. And a really, really important thing I want to emphasize, and now the wiki has updated this, is spawn time. So I'm just going to read this right now. If your pool is less than 7, it will be added 1 meteorite for every 1 hour, 8 minutes, 34 seconds. That's exactly what he said. This only be triggered by your corresponding activity. So this is only triggered by your corresponding activity. So that's new. So in the past, I had said that it's if you log in, all your timers reset. That's not necessarily true. So only the specific task is the one that's going to reset. So I'm going to click on Sludge over here and I'll show you guys what I mean. So in the past, the way the Wikipedia had worded it, it made it sound like as soon as you log in, your pools reset. Or not the pool, your spawn time resets. That's how it sounded. So I had always said, like, at least that's what the Wikipedia says. Well, now we know after testing, after some players have messaged me saying that's not necessarily true. That's one reason why I'm doing this video, to update it to you guys so you guys know exactly how it works. So for example, we'll take the starfish. The spawn time is 1 hour and the pool is 8. And then we take these fish bones. The pool is 4 and the spawn time is 2 hours. So if you barely started Sludger and you emptied out his pools and you waited 2 hours, you would be able to get 2 starfishes and 1 fish bone. Okay, that's simple enough. But let's say you emptied out all the pools and you wait 5 hours. And you wait exactly, or let's say you wait 5 hours and 1 minute and you log in. If you collect gold, you can get 5 starfishes without affecting the fish pool. So you know how this has a spawn time of 2 hours? So you would want to wait 6 hours in order to have 3 in your pool. But let's say you logged in at 5 hours. As long as you don't feed your monsters, this won't reset, so you'll be solid in this. That means you can log in at 5 hours to get 1 starfish, and you can log in at 6 hours to get 3 fish bones and get 1 more starfish. So they're independent from one another. As I've previously said in other videos, it had been thought that the minute you log in, your spawn time resets, but that's not true. It only resets when you do the certain activity. So let's say I do log in 3 hours and I get my 3 starfishes and I also started feeding my monsters for whatever reason. In that case, I would lose an hour because the spawn time is 2 hours. So the minute I start feeding my monsters, the timer will reset. So it's better if you keep track independently. Or, of course, what I've said in previous videos, or to keep things super simple, as I've said in the past, you could just log in every 8 hours to play the game. So log in the morning, log in after school, after work or whatever, log in before you sleep, and just do cycles of 8 hours, and your pool will always be full at the 8 hour mark. And then you don't have to worry about calculating independently like, oh, I logged in 5 hours for starfish. I gotta wait another hour to get fish bones. You wouldn't have to do that if you do 8 hours, if you can. I know it's a hassle, but if you can't do that, just keep track independently. So that's one emphasis I wanted to make about pool times and spawn times, or about spawn times. And the next thing I want to show you guys is how to read these charts, the gems cost per time. Because I get a lot of questions asking if it's possible to get a monster, how many days is it going to take to get a monster, how many gems do I have to spend to get a monster. And normally I don't have any of these memorized, so I always refer to people and be like, oh, just go ahead and look at the Wikipedia, it tells you everything you need to know. So we're going to take a look at our friend Sludger over here, and I'm going to show you guys how to read this. So when you first start off on Sludger, he costs 149 gems. But once you collect the fish bones, the starfish, and the blue shells, once you empty out your pool, which takes 0 hours, because the minute you started the event, all the pools were full, he drops down to only costing 59 gems. So 0 hours have passed, and he only costs 59 gems. Now let's say you wait for your pools to all be full. Let's say you had to go to school, you went to work, or whatever, and you waited 8 hours. So we move on to 8 hours. This is how much time has passed. The numbers over here indicate how much time has passed. So if you waited 8 hours and you clear your pool again, he will only cost 13 gems. So let's say you wait 8 more hours, you're about to go to sleep. So now 16 hours have passed since the event started, and now he costs 0 gems. Or in other words, you've collected every single item, so you just press collect and he's yours. Now what's really important is, now you can move on to the next monster. The minute you collect one monster, or you finish collecting all the items for one monster, you can start on the next monster and his pool is full too. So at 0 hours, it's going to cost 101 gems. Now what's really important to know is that once you finish collecting all the items from one monster and you move on to the next, it feels almost impossible to get a full pool. You really have to try. You have to spam that collect button. You have to feed your monsters. You have to do the PvP. You have to do everything, and it might feel like you're not getting anything, but you honestly just have to spam. Sometimes it works to log out of the game, log back in, log back out, log back in, but the pools are full. So if it seems like it's not working, just honestly keep trying. And that's basically how it works. So in order to find out how much it's going to cost, all you have to do is you add up the ends of all the monsters. So 16 hours plus a day and 12 hours plus a day and 21 hours. And that's how you figure out how far you can get without spending gems. Or in this case, so 0, 0, you would spend 1 gem here, you would spend 1 gem here, you would spend 0, 0. So spending only 2 gems, I believe it's possible to go up to MEGAOSTEUM and get them. That's assuming you time in your logins, or not, that's assuming you time your collections or your logins, depending on whether you're logging in every 8 hours or whether you're actually timing independently the feeding your monsters and the collecting gold. And for the last 2 monsters, I mean, look at them. You're obviously going to have to spend gems. You're going to have to spend quite a bit of gems to get them. Assuming you shorten everyone, like say you're Ultra Bot and you pay 28 gems just to rush a whole day. You save a whole day with 28 gems. If it's worth it, then you go down here and you would see, look how much saving 1 day would save you in terms of gems. So work it out. It's really not that hard. If you do need help, send me a message or post a comment below. And there's plenty of people that are willing to help you, so don't be shy about commenting below. I really hope this video was helpful. I hope I showed you guys how to understand the gems per cost graphs. And I hope I made you guys understand how the pool works. Of course, if there's still some questions you have, go ahead and send me a message or comment below, like I said. And before I end the video, I do want to say this isn't one of my most favorite progressive islands. It's pretty cool that I'm going to be able to get Ultra Ball. I haven't had him yet. And MEGAOSTEUM, I do have one, but I'm not really going to try to get him in this event. However, I do recommend you guys get him. He's one of the best. He's definitely in the top 3, I believe, or he's definitely in the top 5 legendaries. He's probably in the top 3. I'm not sure. I'm still working on the rankings. As far as the 2 new monsters, Lotan, he's an interesting guy. I wouldn't say he's necessarily worth it. He's dark. He has high life, but other than that, you know, he's not necessarily worth it in my opinion. If you like him, go ahead and get him. Go ahead. It's up to you. I wish you guys the best of luck in the progressive island. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you need any questions answered. Thank you guys for your amazing support, and I'll see you guys next time.